And we're back once again being hosted by Body Elite Boxing and Fitness Gym. Thank you so much to the owner, Craig Norman, for hosting us. As you can see, what I like about this gym, it's none of these modern glossy type of gyms. It's really grungy, you get a nice feel in this place. And as we all know, boxing is very good for fitness training. It's becoming a big trend with white collar boxing as well. Enough about that. The reason why I'm talking to you guys is we've got another quarterfinal of a World Boxing Super Series bantamweight tournament going down this weekend in Tampa, Florida, in the United States of America. Now here, Emmanuel Rodriguez from Baja Vega, Puerto Rico, will be defending his IBF world title against Jason Moloney, a man from down under from Australia. Now this is significant, and most people probably think of it in terms of a winner of this quarterfinal has to go on to the semi-final and face the talk of a tournament, the monster, Naoya Inoue, the Japanese superstar. But let's forget that for a moment, because this fight in its own right is still a very good fight. We're going to have two undefeated young fighters in their prime squaring off. Now Emmanuel Rodriguez is 18-0, undefeated. In his last fight, he journeyed to the UK and he won a vacant IBF bantamweight title, winning almost every round against the former IBF champion Paul Butler. South Africans will remember him as one of the guys that Moloney knocked out. But Butler regrouped and he couldn't win a round against Rodriguez. Rodriguez knocked him down twice in the first round, and then he won basically every round. Emmanuel Rodriguez is very much a classical fighter. He's a technician. He can do everything. He can box, he can fight on the inside, he can move well. He's got a very fast, very accurate, textbook kind of jab. Right hand behind it, left hook, very nice sneaky left hook that he put Butler down for the first knockdown. He sometimes disguises it as a left uppercut coming through, or he fakes it off a jab and he comes around the guard. Sneaky left hook on him as well. There's really nothing not to like about Emmanuel Rodriguez. Now, it's hard for me, I look at a fight and I analyze the fights, and I try to find the gaps, and it's hard for me to see a chink in Rodriguez's armor, but that's maybe because nobody has pushed him hard enough. Butler was his most noteworthy opponent to date. Looking at his resume, decent guys, mid-level guys with winning records, tough opponents, but no really big stars. There's a two-time world title challenger, and that's about it. So the resume is still a bit thin, even though he looked excellent against Paul Butler. I and many others think he's probably the dark horse of this tournament. Now his opponent is 17-0, also undefeated, also a young guy in his prime. Jason Moloney from Australia will be fighting for the first time outside his home country, whereas Rodriguez has been on the road and won before. What does Moloney bring to this? Now Moloney is very much the same as Emmanuel Rodriguez. A good, solid all-rounder. He does everything really well. Good educated jab, throws every punch in the book, can go to the body. And just like Rodriguez, he's only really got one big name on his record, and that was his last fight when he stopped the Japanese former WBA junior bantamweight champion of the world, Kohei Kono, in 7 rounds. Now, fighters are always different. If I look at Moloney's performance against Kohei Kono and I compare that against Rodriguez's performance against Butler, styles make for different fights, and Butler was shorter, granted, but Kono, to me, he laid gloves on Moloney a lot more than Butler laid gloves on Rodriguez. So I would say that Rodriguez is defensively a little bit better. Both keep their guards up, but Rodriguez, I think his command of distance is just slightly better. I think power might be equal. Who's got a better chin? We won't know. Hopefully we will know after Saturday night in the US. So also very even. So who is going to win? It's really a toss-up. You can flip a coin and decide. But I've got a pick. So to me, if I was Rodriguez, I would make sure that I win the battle of the jabs. There's no really sizable height and reach advantage for either guy, but I think he's a bit better on his feet. He's a bit faster with a jab. It's incremental differences. Win the battle of a jab and then start putting the right hand behind it. If he can do that and control the distance, I think he should be able to get through Saturday night. For Moloney, similar guy than Rodriguez, but I think he's got a bit more bend, a bit more side to side in his waist, where Rodriguez is a very straight up kind of fighter like that. So if I were Moloney, I would say jab to the body. Put Rodriguez under pressure and hit that body, jab to the body, force him back. Don't let him settle on that in and out boxing rhythm that he settled so beautifully in against Paul Butler. Force him to make mistakes and see what he does. If I have to pick here, I got to go with Emmanuel Rodriguez simply because I think it's just a little bit of an edge, and it's just the eye test that I'm applying here. I could be horribly wrong, but I'm picking Emmanuel Rodriguez here to just have a bit more accurate jab and get a bit more done than Paul Butler does to win a close nip and tuck kind of decision, and then we can start with Naoya Inoue. And until then, keep those hands up and enjoy the boxing.